So welcome to the channel. So I thought today we'd cover, we've already talked about the basic tools that you should have to get started, but these are things that you need to start thinking about as you start getting extra money. And this is more towards you guys that are just getting started, that maybe not have a bunch of tools, but you're thinking about, well, as I get extra money, what are things I can look at? So hang tight and we'll go through them all. Alright, so welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and today we're going to talk about tools that are not must-have, but are definitely very handy, and you may want to look at them as you start to get more business and a little extra income coming in to buy the tools. So we'll just start first with a dead blow hammer. You don't have to have it, but when you're working on stuff that you don't want to damage threads, this is a good thing to hit versus a regular hammer that will flatten out a bolt and everything. So you can get those at Harbor Freight for around 10, 12 bucks. Torque wrench. For you guys that are in the shop that are already doing it, this is a must-have, but for the guys just getting started, when you start torquing head bolts down and this and that, you want a good quality torque wrench, and you can get them now in digital from Harbor Freight. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, I'm just going through them quick. Here's the spark plug kit. The only thing it lacked was a 3/4 inch that I had a Craftsman that was 3/4 added to it, but it covers all your spark plugs, and it comes with extensions and everything else, thin walled to thick walled to what have you. Harbor Freight, I think they're around 70 bucks. Alright, you've got your impact driver. They make the tool where it pops onto your impact driver, and you can put a 1/2 inch or a 3/8 socket to take them off. I bought them online on eBay. The next thing is a test light, and they're really handy to when you're starting to try to work your way through wiring systems to see if you're getting anything. And if you're looking to check for power on the power side, put this on the ground. If you want to check the ground, just reverse it. They come in all different shapes and sizes. This one here is from Harbor Freight. It's one of the better ones. It's worth its money for that. Now this here is a spark plug gapper, and it will set the gap at whatever the manufacturer suggests for that spark plug to be gapped at a certain point for that engine. So they're handy. Multimeter, they come in all sizes, and this one here is a Harbor Freight. I think it was right around 25 bucks, 20 bucks. And you can test ohms, continuity, and you can get a lot of the specs right offline. You can check, for the stators, you can check to see if the plug is firing even. Alright, so the next thing here is a remote starter, and they're handy as heck, where you can't reach around and try to turn the key switch when you're trying to check on the front of the engine. You can just simply put these right onto the solenoid, positive and ground, and then just when you're bypassing the solenoid to the start position, they're handy. DeWalt's, I like the DeWalt's 20 volt, and the impact and the 3/8 is what we use the most here in the shop. As you get a little extra money, they're a good investment so that you can use all your impact tools, as well as it's just going to save you a lot of time in the long run. So the next thing is You know, for torque, T27 is going to be your most common. So I bought these offline. I think they were like $9 for 2 of them. And then I bought 2 of them online as well that would go to the impact driver. An engine tachometer. You know, they're not a must-have, but they're handy as heck. You can get the RPMs offline or online, and this one here is a non-contact, so you can just set it close to where the saw or weed eater, and it will tell you how many RPMs, and go online, compare it, crank it up, crank it down with your high-low jets. Your high jets should be. Caliper. This is a digital caliper, 6-inch. Coming real handy when you're doing bearings, trying to figure out sizes of stuff. You know, you could do between or inside. And then when you're working on, you know, like the clutch systems and the flywheel and all that stuff on chainsaws, and what it does is it comes up against a piston stop, and they're handy. What I've used many a times as well is just simply stuffing rope down into the spark plug hole till you get enough in there, and then just pulling the pull cord to bring it up against it, and then working from there. And then the other thing that is a specialty that you'll use a lot, but this one here is for the Husqvarnas, and they just simply go in between the flywheel, and you can hit it with an impact and spin it right off. And if you look on the flywheels, you'll see that it's directional. Most of them show you the directions. And then lastly is carburetor adjustment tools. This is mainly for weed eaters and chainsaws. You can buy the kit on Amazon or eBay. It's not as big a kit as this, because as you buy carburetors off eBay, a lot of times they'll send the tool to adjust it. So this is just, you know, a hodgepodge of all of them that you're going to run into, where you can fine tune the high and the low jets. So hopefully on that note, you've learned a little bit, but these things here it's not must have to start off with. All right. As you grow, this is what you should be looking at to make life easier for you. So on that note, thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.